why did the Anglo-Saxons migrate to Britain?
Well, this is a really good question, but considering that this video is only 1 minute long and it took professional academic historian Mark Morris an entire chapter to explain why the Anglo-Saxons came to southern Britain, I don't suspect that this is going to be a very thorough or accurate explanation.
The Anglicization of what is today England began in the mid-5th century with the withdrawal of the Romans, creating a power vacuum in the region.
So I'm already going to jump in right here because I have a nitpick to make, but even though it seems like a minor nitpick, it's actually a pretty important detail that the Romans did not just withdraw from southern Britain in 409 AD. The Romans were expelled in 409 AD by the Celtic population of Britain. This is particularly important because the Celts are usually depicted as being complacent in their own conquest by the Romans, being complacent in their occupation, oppression, subjugation by the Romans, when that's just not the case. There are many reasons why a subjugated population might continue to stay as part of the empire, whether it's because they don't have the power to revolt against the empire, or because the empire brings some sort of socioeconomic benefit to their communities, or even if it's outside of socioeconomic benefit, it is just sheerly a protective benefit against raiders and bandits and thieves. The Celts were still resistant to Roman occupation, especially at the very beginning when the Romans first started trying to conquer Britain, and at the end when the Romans were losing control over Britain. There is a time in the 4th century when we see someone named Magnus Maximus rise up in 383. He goes to what's today France. He fights a battle in 388 against Theodosius I, and he is ultimately defeated and slain at this battle. But if he had been successful, he would have been the one to gain Britain their independence in the 4th century. And then it's in the early 5th century that the Romans are expelled by the Celts, and this does lead to a power vacuum where we see that the Picts and other Celts and the Irish and Scottish are coming from across the Irish Sea. They're coming from Hibernia over to Britannia, and they are settling in the area, and they are raiding the Britanno-Celts, and the Britanno-Celts may have reached out to the Anglo-Saxons to ask them for help as mercenaries. But as you can see, I'm already close to my 3-minute mark with this video, and I've only nitpicked the very first bit of the video, so it takes a little bit longer than just 1 minute to explain why the Anglo-Saxons came to Britain, and it's going to take me multiple more than 3-minute videos, or up to 3-minute videos, in order to explain what's wrong with this video that was created by this channel, Knowledgia. So stay tuned, I'm going to continue to break down what's wrong with this and why the Anglo-Saxons did come to Britain, or at least what we know about that subject. So stay tuned for more. Thank you so much everybody for watching. My name is Beast. Follow for more.